What's happening, guys? Ton Jones back here with another episode of On the Wall. And this one's going to be a really quick one because I'm still packing, getting ready for SHOT Show. But I had a lot of questions about one particular item, and I want to show you something new that will be showing off at SHOT Show. So let's get into it. First things first is this knife right here. A lot of questions about this knife. Yes, I carried this for many years. Still do on occasions. This is the Cold Steel Espada. A 16-ounce bad boy of happiness. I actually got this knife from Lynn Thompson. Really dear, good friend of mine gave me that. Lynn has been a friend of mine since I was 16 years old. When I first met him, I was working in a knife shop and I showed up to the Cold Steel factory to pick up a load of knives to take back to the store. I showed up with a really crappy pocket knife that I picked up at Big Five. Didn't know who this guy was, walked into the shop, and there's this guy, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I'm here to pick up some knives for my shop that I was working for." And he's like, what are you carrying?" And I pulled out this real crappy knife I bought. It was like a $20 knife. And he's like, "Do you like this thing?" And I said, "No, not really, but that's what I can afford." "So what do you like?" And I pointed at this Voyager on the wall. I said, "I really like that, but I can't afford it. I work at this knife shop." Grabs the knife, goes snap, and tosses it in the trash. Walks over, grabs this Voyager, opens up the box and hands it to me. So there you go, kid. Now get the hell out of my way. That's how I met Lynn Thompson. That was all he said to me the very first time I met him. I'm sitting there holding this Voyager in my hand like, wow, I've been saving up money to get this knife, and now I have it. I no longer have that piece of crap that I had to sharpen almost every day because, I mean, you could try to cut air and it would dull itself. That's how cheap this knife I had was. But I had this Voyager and a lifelong friend. Season 2 of Auction Hunters, I reached out and said, "Hey Lynn, I'm a big dude. I need a big knife. I need something badass. I need something awesome. I want a knife that stands out, fits my hand." At the time I was carrying the Spartan. I said, "I need something that makes a statement." He's all, "I got a knife that's almost 17 inches. He's like 16 3/4 inches. He starts rambling off these numbers. 7.5-inch blade, 9 1/4 inch handle, it's polished G10, 70-75 polished aluminum bolsters. I mean, it was S35 VN, American made steel, holds a better edge, is the Demco thumb. I mean, everything. It's just, he was like, "Tell me all about this knife." I said, "Cool, can I get one?" He's like, "What do you want with it?" I said, "I want to kill zombies." Just being a complete smartass. So Lynn, actually, if you can see it, had it engraved, Ton Jones Zombie Killer. You gotta be careful what you say to some people because they will actually get it done. So, bam! There's my Ton Jones Zombie Killer Espada XL from Lynn Thompson. I carried this on Auction Hunters from season 2 all the way to the end. I've been known to carry this. This has been my steak knife. I've probably used over 1,000 times to cut steaks. And yes, I do carry large knives. I mean, this is, you realize, I mean, yeah. I have a thing for larger blades. But don't get me wrong, I do have smaller pocket knives. I got this little bad boy while I was in the Netherlands visiting 2020 Supply and Crawl. I saw that at Crawl and I was like, dude, I have to have this little cleaver blade. I mean, that thing's just sick. I love that thing. But for the most part, that has been my go-to. That has been my staple for years. I mean, it's just fits in your pocket, very classy, bam, right there. Espada XL, the Ton Jones Zombie Killer. At least that's what Lynn had engraved. It's actually just the Espada XL. G10, polished up, from Lynn Thompson, as a gift from him. That is the knife that is on the wall. Love it, still to this day. Only break it out for special occasions. It is a very special knife to me. Now, like, I love my counterpoint, love the Luzon. Great knives also from Cold Steel, but something just about that makes me happy. I mean, yeah, no matter where you hold it, it's just, for me, that's happiness. So that's why that knife has a special spot on the wall. Hope that answers your question. So now that we got the Cold Steel part out of the way and why that big knife is over there, let's turn our attention to what's happening at SHOT Show, because I really have to pack and get ready to go. It's almost time for a flight. I got to pack and hop a plane in less than 24 hours and get over to SHOT Show and get ready. If you notice, right there on the bog, let's break this bad boy out. And what do we have here? Like always, love the Bog Sherpa. He's awesome. Right there. First look. Probably not the first look, but this is the Talon bolt. Oh yeah. The Airgun Talon bolt from Airforce Airguns. This will be on display at SHOT Show. Absolutely amazing. Love it. Long time coming. Absolutely a pleasure to shoot. I got to go hunting with it. Dragged out my boy Tyler from Pyramid Air, and we went on an absolute amazing hunting adventure. The video will be dropping soon from Pyramid Air. Quite a bit of shenanigans, madness, great time. The video is going to be insane, so make sure you keep an eye on Pyramid Air, and that video is probably going to be funny as hell, but that's besides the point. But here it is, the Talon bolt from Airforce Airguns. 5.3 pounds, 400 grain bolt. Well, the bolt itself is 300 grains, 100 grain field point. That's what it's going to come with. In the package is going to come 3 bolts. You can buy boxes of 6. It's a 6-pack. Quiver at this point is not included. We have some. We're working on it. That's for a future package. Scope, you can get scopes from us directly. It's just, this thing is amazing. The best thing about the Talon bolt, in my opinion, is it is the only adjustable arrow gun on the market at this point. It comes with 2 valve orifices. Inside here on top of the regular tank is an orifice. There's the 232 orifice, so if you want that 400 plus feet per second bolt. If you want to shoot this at over 400 feet per second, leave the 232 orifice on. I prefer the 180, getting it down to about 350 feet per second, because let's be realistic. Back in the day, the Native Americans were able to take a stick and some gut line and drop a bison with a stick going 110 feet per second. So I'm pretty sure 350 feet per second is going to do it. Just for me, I like to have a little bit more longevity out of my bolts. Don't get me wrong, I have cranked this sucker up at over 400 feet per second for fun and just blasted some targets. It's great. In fact, right now, the 232 orifice is on here because having a little extra power is fun. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes to hunting, I drop it down, put the 180 orifice on here. And for those that want to do smaller game, you don't need 400 feet per second plus. You can order the ring lock kit that we have and get the full gambit of different orifices and put it on here so you can drop it down even further, or you have to make your own orifice, drill it out, tap it yourself, have fun with it, find out what works best for you. But as it comes stock, you get 4 shots over 400 feet per second, and it uses between 45 and 50 PSI per shot. Max fill is only 2,000 PSI. Not an error, 2,000 PSI. So now you don't need a 4,500 PSI tank to fill this. You can use an aluminum 80 scuba tank to fill this bad boy and get multiple fills. You can go to your paintball shop, your dive shop, and get air at this point. It is easy now to fill this sucker up. There is so much good stuff to talk about. If you want to know more, go to airforceairguns.com. Watch out for the Pyramid Air video on our hunt. Come by SHOT Show and see us. Stay tuned. There's so much. Talon bolt. You're going to want to get one. I did.